Hey, it's Ed here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Bitcoin. I'll cover wave analysis with Elliott Wave theory and provide multiple scenarios of price may take and explain why I prefer one counter over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Today we're going to be focusing on this structure from the lows that we had on 10th of November. Since then, again, we've had this structure here, so we're going to go through that. Before we get into that though, there are again the higher time frame views provided on the previous videos, so check those out if you're interested in that. For more local structures, again, we're just going to be focusing on this today. So we got two different possibilities here. Let's go with the more probable counts in my opinion. First, which is this one, in which again we have this as a potential A wave, B wave, and then C wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That looks pretty okay as is for that C wave here. Again, this A wave is very messy, and as mentioned before, if we want to have this into any kind of bullish move or any kind of five-way move, a motive structure or anything, we would probably have to have it as some kind of diagonal. I'm not quite sure how I want to be labeling this as a diagonal though. It is very overlapping. There are a lot of overlapping structures here, so there are quite a few interpretations again for this one as well. In any case, I can see this being an A wave of that diagonal, having this as that ABC. Again, we are hitting around the 1.236 extension targets for wave C. Again, why do I prefer ABC? It's just because, again, the extension targets are not close to the 1.618 or more. When and if we had hit those 1.618 targets, then I would be more bullish, and that would be probably my primary. In this scenario, however, again, after completing the wave C, I see that we have a possible three-way structure like so, another three-way structure like so, and then looking for that C wave. I do think that this is a possibility, or there is a possibility where this is that C wave, and again, we are right at the expanded B pocket here, and the target for this one again was anywhere from the 1-to-1 to the 1.618. So this area here, and we got right into the bottom of this territory or this area. So that is pretty fine. Now the question here is this going to be creating a larger wave structure like so, or is this structure here going to be a structure that is the start of a correction downwards? And by what I mean that is that this ABC that we have here, this expanded one, could be the start of this whole structure. If we are just comparing this in time, however, we don't need to be doing that. Again, this has taken around the, almost 70% of the time it took to create this first structure. So we don't need to be having this middle structure any larger. However, there is also always a possibility where this was the first structure, second structure, and then third structure, getting us lower. And at that point, again, we could be targeting some of the lower targets that we would be having here. For that one again, let's check out the retracement here, what we got. That's not it. 2. Okay. And as you see, we only hit the 38.2 here for the retracement. So that is kind of bullish on itself if this is to be done. Again, we don't know if this is done or not. So we have to be keeping this as a possibility still, that there is going to be a structure coming downwards. Of course, if this is indeed going to come down like so, it is somewhat looking better for the impulsive count of the lows, because again, this should be a C wave, and I don't really see us doing structure like this, especially if we are going to go below the 1.618 retracement of this move. This would again mean that we can't have this as the start of something, but this would be a part of previous structure, which would be this structure here. So that's that. The impulsive wave count, again, as I mentioned, could be something like this, where we had this as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. However, again, the issue with this one, if we are labeling wave 1 in here, we don't have alteration between the wave count or the corrections here. So we might need to be putting the wave 1 top at here. Again, we are on very low time frames, so trying to get a three-way structure in here is kind of difficult. It kind of feels like it is a bit more impulsive, but just in comparison to this at least. So it is of course possible to create this like so, but I feel like it does not have the best look while we could have it like this. But again, just personal preference. Just wanted to mention that there, if we are placing wave 1 here, there's going to be no alteration between these two. Both would be an expanded flats, which is definitely unusual. The second issue I have with this impulse wave count is the extension here for that third wave. As mentioned on the previous let me hide this for now. Previous count for that corrective structure, I mentioned that we had this as a extension not even getting to the 1.618, not even getting to the 1.236, which would be kind of rare in my opinion to get this as a 5-way structure. However, again, we could be saying that, okay, wave 1 is just extended and wave 3 is that the reason why it's like or the extension here on wave 1 is the reason why wave 3 is not really that big. But yeah, that's that. Also, the next structure over here, we need to probably go to wave 1 minute time frame to even see the thirds and fourths here, where this would be some kind of a diagonal here again, and then some kind of wave 2, possible 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, and 5. Again, we are on 1 minute time frame, and yeah, this definitely doesn't really have a good look into it. If anything, I feel like we would have this as a 3-way structure better, which would fit the corrective count a bit better in my opinion again. But those are just the preferences I have. Just due to the fact that this third wave here is not really that high up, and the structure basically in here for this fifth does look more like a 3-way structure than anything, I would lean more towards the corrective counts. But again, if we are retracing this move here by the 1.618 retracement, then I would think that let's see that there is definitely a possibility where this is indeed the right count, where we would be getting this as a 3-way structure and getting beyond the 1.618 here, possibly even to the golden pocket, or even these lows here, get some support here on the order blocks and then go higher. At that point again, the overall idea would be that we would be creating something like this, and depending on this move alone in comparison to this, we could be saying that this could be an A, B, and C, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The best thing would be that if we could be already taking out the highs here. Let's get that wave 3 going. To the 1.618 extension. So third wave would be getting somewhere over here, getting some kind of resistance on top of these highs. There's probably some kind of resistance here. Well, that was already resistance previously. Okay. But in any case, getting us close to here, and fourth and then fifth puncturing through this, and then even getting backtest support here before we are getting a bit of a drop down back to these previous levels or previous lows here, or tops, possibly even this wave 1 top at that point, and then getting up higher. But again, that is so much more further speculation that it's not really doing any good. So again, I think I'm just going to let it go with that. But yeah, I think that is pretty much everything I wanted to share on Bitcoin today and my expectations, and why I do prefer the corrective counts going higher at the moment. But if you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes. Link to my free Discord server in the description below, and for now I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you next video. Bye bye.